Hi and welcome to another episode of Csharp Corner videos. In this episode, I'm going to talk about delegates in Csharp and how you can use it in your applications. Right? To introduce myself, I am Ashish. I'm working as a trainer with MCN professionals. The agenda of today's discussion would be the basics of delegates, right? So delegates is a very complicated topic in any of the programming languages, right? But trust me, if you get the basics right, delegates are extremely easy and you will love to work with them. In fact, when I was learning delegates, I was like, it is so difficult. But once I've realized that the flexibility that delegates provide, I love to work with them, right? So let's get our hands on the basics of delegate first, and in the later sessions I'll tell you how delegates are more flexible in solving the real-time business problems, right? So what is a delegate? It can be defined as type save function pointer. What do you mean by type save function pointer? It means that it holds a reference of a function and it calls that function in the runtime, right? This means that I'll create a delegate, I'll pass the reference of a function into a delegate, and that function will be invoked automatically. You must be wondering that what is all this fuss about? I'll create a delegate, why I have to create a delegate and why I have to pass the function into a delegate again. And it can be done by, I should create a function and I should call a function into a static main. It can be done directly. The reason behind this is the flexibility that delegates provides in this approach, right? So I'll tell you about the what flexibility the delegate provides in the later sessions, but right now let's talk about the basics of delegate. And once we are cleared with the basics of delegates, understanding the advance of delegates is much easier, right? So let's get started with it now. So delegate can be defined as a type save function pointer. So let's go to Visual Studio and we would be needing a function. So let's declare a function public void is a return type. Let's give a name of a function to hello, and let's pass a parameter string message, right? So what this function will do is it will just print this message on the control window, right? Now there is a tip of declaring a delegate. A delegate syntax is very similar to a function. I'll show you how to do that. It is very simple. Just remember that a syntax of a delegate is very similar to a function, right? So for example, you're declaring a function. For instance, let's declare a function. Public is a access modifier, void is a return type. Let's give a name of a function to hello people, right? And let's declare a parameter string message, right? The syntax of this function and this function is very similar, but as when we want to declare a class, we put class keyword. When we want to declare a struct, we put struct keyword. Now as we want to declare a delegate, we'll put delegate keyword, and this becomes a delegate, right? See, difference between this function and this delegate is that I've invoked a delegate keyword into it. So the syntax of a delegate is very similar to a function, right? So it is very simple to remember that if you want to declare a delegate, treat it as a function but only put a delegate keyword into it, right? Now this delegate can invoke any method that has a void return type and that takes a string parameter. It can invoke any function into it, right? So now I have to invoke this delegate. I have to create an instance of a delegate now. So creating an instance of a delegate means it is very similar to a class. For example, I have a class program and I will create an instance of it, program p is equal to new program and all, right? Similarly to this, I will create an instance of this delegate now. Delegate is hello people. I will create an instance of its HP is equal to new hello people. And in the constructor of this delegate, I will pass the function name, that is hello. Right? So if you can check it here in the IntelliSense, it says that it should have a void return type and a string message, right? So I have passed this name of a function into the parameter, into the constructor of the delegate, right? So now I'll give a simple message HP welcome to Csharp corner, right? So once I will run this program, it should display me this message, welcome to Csharp corner, right? So let's debug it. See, welcome to Csharp corner, right? You must be wondering that why I have done again, why I have created a delegate, why I have created an instance of it and everything. It can be done simply by, we can declare it hello and pass a message called hello welcome to Csharp corner, right? And it will be displayed. See, but we are learning delegates, right? So the reason behind this is the flexibility that delegate provides. So I'll tell you that in the later sessions. The reason behind this is the flexibility that delegate provides, right? So I'll tell you that in later sessions. But first of all, when I started this session, I told you it is a type safe function pointer, right? So what do you mean by type safe? For example, I change this void return type to string type. Immediately I have an error, right? This indicates that if you see this delegate, it has a void return type and it expects a string message, right? In this, and if you see this function, it has the different signature. The point is the delegate should match the signature of a function which it points to, right? So if there is a signature difference, it will give a compiler error like this. So that is why delegate is called a type safe function. The signature of a function should match the signature of the delegate. So if I'll change it to void again, there will be no error, right? See, so it was all about the basics of delegate and how do you pass the reference of a function into a delegate. So just to revise what we have done in this session, what are delegates? It can be defined as a type safe function pointer. The signature of a function must be same as the signature of a delegate, or else it would give us a compiler error. Tip that I followed to remember the syntax of a delegate was, it looks like a function, but the only difference is there is a delegate keyword after access specifier, right? So in further sessions I will tell you how delegates can be used in solving huge business problems, and how delegates are more flexible, right? So hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you.